Hey y'all, greetings. How are the goddesses? It's time to talk about the full moon in Aries. Are you ready, queen? Hey, greetings. Welcome. Oh yeah, full moon in Aries. Let's do this. All righty, we'll get going. Don't leave. Stay here. Woo, woo, woo. Y'all know I loves me some music. Hey, queens, how are you? I am so excited to be here today to talk a little bit about this beautiful full moon in Aries is coming up. I think it's a little bit of a energetic moon. That's my nice way of saying, wow, this moon can can be a little rough. But I still think that we're gonna really love this moon. So, how's everybody today? I'm glad to see you all here who's live. Greetings, happy full moon. I know you mean moon, Mystic Storm. How are you, Queen? Y'all be sure to check out the sharings of Mystic Storm. She'll have something, I'm sure, about the full moon on her channel. Hello to all of the hashtag replay queens. How are you all doing? And yeah, I'm Tirra, a.k.a. your goddess guru, your sister friend, and I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess-centered lifestyle. And today I want to talk about the full moon in Aries that, wow, is tomorrow, October the 17th. Why is it important to keep up with the moon? My position is this. We're told we're not born with a book to really know how to manage life, to live life. And I call BS on that. I call BS on it. And the reason I call BS on it is because we just don't remember what the ancients knew. You know, it's time for us to make sure that we are aligning ourselves with that ancient technology because there is a book. First of all, you have your own soul blueprint inside of you. It's just about finding how do you access it in a way that you trust. The other part is astrology and divination and oracle readings. We do not have to walk blindly in life. And there's nothing that illuminates our lives like the full moon, right? So, yes, full moon in Aries. Hello, JL Hutch. Jazz. We got to do some karaoke today. A month or so ago. This sister can sing. She can sing. I cannot. She can. I was her backup singer. Hi, Jaiman. Glorious rising to you, Queen. How are you? I have not forgotten. I'm going to look at Ava. I can't remember her last name, but I'm going to look at her chart. I have not forgotten. I don't forget things. Okay, some things I do. Sweet baby Jesus. Keita May finally made it. Wealth rising. So glad you are here. Happy Hunter's Moon. Yeah, I mean, like, come on, y'all. Aries wants to hunt. Okay, y'all. So I'm going to vote with my neighbor, my elderly neighbor. I think he's about 81, something like that. So he asked me if I wanted to ride to the polls. I was like, I'll take a ride, sir. Let's go vote together. I can't wait for us to get back together, sis. Okay, so let's jump right in. So the full moon is October the 17th at 7:26 a.m. So today is the 16th. It would be great if you could do something, tonight, but even tomorrow. This full moon energy is powerful for at least 2 weeks. And this moon is all about revelations and culmination. So it may not be something that you see right away and you want to just give yourself that, but you do want to take some action. This is Aries. And what's the one thing we can always do with an Aries anything? Use fire. So how do you want to use fire? You can see I have on my red and I have on a little bit of a red lipstick. You can put on the red colors. It's when we do these kinds of things, it's about getting yourself aligned. You want to align yourself to receive the wisdom. You want to align yourself to maybe bring about that culmination. That this is why we do ritual. Ritual helps the energy be able to kind of like wrap around whatever it is that you're doing so that you can get the result, the outcome that you desire. So be sure to do some of your ritual work today if possible, but tomorrow, whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter. Just do something. Okay. So again, in case you don't know me, you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. I am a spiritual guide coach. I'm an astrologer taking another astrology course because I love all things astrology. I know its power. But more than anything, I want to help women align with their life purpose. I want women to be happy. I want women to feel empowered and to live whatever life you decide you want to live. So I'm all things goddess. I love honoring the goddess. I am a goddess devotee and a priestess of the goddess. I am all about honoring the divine feminine energy because you know what? The world is going to be a better place the more we do that, right? Because something is up. Something is up. And before we, welcome to everyone who's new here. Before we move into the presentation, I know a lot of y'all have already seen this. Don't forget, sign up for the Ultimate Life Hacking Bundle. And you can see here at the top, you can get my Spiritual Foundations course. And it's so interesting. The more, since I've made that course, it's kind of like I'm hearing people talk about things where I'm like, oh, I said that in my course. I'm glad I put that together. So it's an all audio course, but you get to download all kinds of other things to help support you in your life. And it doesn't cost anything. All small business owners, we're probably more like micro business owners, to be honest with you. So, yes, make sure you download it. And yeah, that's exciting. So, what is the meaning of the full moon? Good morning, Shannon. Welcome, Queen. Also, do you have your morning beverage? I'm sorry, y'all. Let me pause for a minute. Do you have your morning beverage? I'm in a rush to go vote with my neighbor, so I want to be ready when we agree at our agreed upon time. So I'm kind of moving. So what are you drinking? Let me take this down so y'all can see. I decided to drink out of my gutsy mug. Um, it matches Aries. And yeah, we need to be gutsy. What are you going to be gutsy about? Let this full moon help you to be gutsy. And this morning I'm drinking sparkling water. Sparkling water. Okay, so let's move into the presentation. Let me settle down. So, full moon is all about ending. So, you want to begin to open yourself up to look at, let me say, culminations also. What's ending? What is this full moon bringing an ending to? And I want you to use what I call the 4-part. It's a model that I put together, and it's all about stepping into the goddess-centered lifestyle. And there's 4 parts to this model, and one is awareness. And so the full moon is all about that energy of opening your eyes and being present to what is there. And so that's what we want to do, because when we allow ourselves to be aware and really see what is going on, then, that's when we can do something about it. Or maybe there's nothing to do about it, but we can be more in acceptance. And, we have the eclipses moving into Pisces. And what is the Pisces? What is Pisces? It's the subconscious mind. It is a blind spot. All right. And so the full moon is so important for helping us to see our blind spots. So, what blind spot is being illuminated for you so that you can perhaps see there needs to be an ending or a culmination, or that it's here? Sometimes we don't even recognize the end has happened because we're just go, 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 go. We don't live in awareness in modern day society. And so we want to open ourselves up in that way. What is this full moon revealing? Maybe you've been looking for an answer of some sort. What is this full moon in Aries revealing to you, about you, for you? The full moon is a push and pull energy, and it is asking, where are you in balance or out of balance? So you can see we have the moon over here in Aries, and it's opposite the moon over here in Libra. So there's that push and pull energy. And this one truly is about you and other people. So is there some push and pull between you and others that you're needing to address? Is there some out of balance situation going on between you and others? And again, it is most pronounced when the full moon is in Aries and Libra, or the opposite, because this is the axis that's about relationships. It's you and there's others. And this full moon has to be bringing that up for a lot of us, because we have had the eclipses in Aries and especially Libra. The part of the eclipse that's in Libra is purging relationships. So is there something about you in a relationship with someone else that this full moon is bringing up for you to address? So think about that. And you want to be thinking about, maybe is there something in balance or out of balance? I mean, it could be something not related to other people. You have to look at your life and think, where am I out of balance? The full moon could be highlighting that for you. And it's Aries. So it's like, hey, are you going to take action around this? Okay. You need to take some action around it. So that's what I have for you on the general meaning of the full moon. So let's celebrate. The full moon is all about celebrating. And I want you to drop one thing into the comments, whether you're here live or watching the replay. What's something that you have accomplished? It could, I know I have one point. I need to change that. It could be in the last 6 months or a year to a year and a half. You want to think about, what have you taken action on? Or let's look at what you might be celebrating. Let's look at some of the keywords of Aries. It could be something that you started. Maybe you're not finished with it, but you definitely have gotten it started and you're making some progress on it. Maybe you have become more independent in some way. Because let me tell you, Libra will have people being codependent. People who have this Libra energy, or it's other types of energy, but it kind of is reflective in Libra, where it's a little bit of codependence in there, right? So maybe you're celebrating being more independent. Um, you've been more initiatory. Instead of sitting back and waiting, you're taking the initiative. Maybe you're celebrating something that you've had some passion around, some drive, or you've been creative, innovative. So you want to be thinking about, is there something to celebrate in that way in the last 6 months to a year, year and a half? Have you been courageous in some kind of way? Have you fought when in the past you didn't fight? Have you been aggressive and you needed to be less aggressive? That's something to celebrate with this Aries moon, because sometimes Aries is just too aggressive and it needs to, it's like, calm down, Aries, calm down. And, are you celebrating leadership, your leadership in some way? Sometimes it's just being the leader of your own self. It's not all the time leading other people. Aries is about the body. So is there something that you would like to celebrate about your body, your health, exercise, that kind of thing? Um, and also it's about having fire. So do you want to celebrate how you've been on fire around something? Aries also does have to do with sex. So some people might be celebrating something around that. It's a very sexual sign. Aries loves sex. It's very, very sexual. Um, and it's also about focusing on yourself. So share, what are you celebrating? And I'm just going to take a moment here to look at what everyone has been saying. So we have cafecito, cinnamon coffee. That's right. Green tea. Love it. Yeah, let me take a sip. Okay. So Shannon, completely switching my business model to reflect my real and authentic self without fear and worries of judgment. I've been so proud of you for that. I really have. Keita May, I'm proud that every day I've been taking some sort of action towards my candle business, and it looks amazing. I have seen your post, Keita May. I'm gonna have to. I'm not gonna even say what I have to do. I'm just gonna do it. And a more recent win, I am alive. Yes, our sister had some serious health challenges. I don't even want to say all of it because I'm just speaking health and well-being. So, woo, yes, celebrating that with you, sis. Mystic, celebrating transforming my life by focusing on my health, fitness, and mental health. That's a big deal for you. I know it is, Mystic. I know it is. I'm so proud of y'all. I'll say I'm celebrating. Um, wow, I've completed so many trainings, and I'm celebrating. My latest celebration is getting that Shopify store started, even though I haven't told everybody about it yet. I yeah, I'm still working to it's built, but it's not ready. I got to get my soft launch ready. I'm not ready for my soft launch, but I am celebrating that. Jess, I moved and started a new job and set up your apartment as my little sanctuary. Oh, so wonderful. I'm so happy for you. I know you have had big changes over this last year. So, woohoo. Thank y'all for celebrating. It is so hard for people to celebrate. So, y'all did such a good job. Thank you for being great examples that it's good to celebrate because that's one of the things that the full moon is about celebrating. Okay. So, you can kind of see these are some themes that could be coming up for Aries. It's a full moon. So anything about Aries can be exaggerated. So we could see people with explosive reactions, impulsive behavior, or it could be you. It could be accidents due to moving fast and wounds due to piercing or burns, because that's something that Aries is known for, and extra fighting, right? Or it could be a full moon where we're seeing more of this, like passion and energy and drive, and people just want to exercise and work out. So I want y'all to be aware that a full moon is actually a little bit stressful, and a full moon is it's very emotional. So we could just be okay with we could be okay with whatever's showing up. Just take some deep breaths if it feels overwhelming. So, yeah, things that you want to ponder with this full moon. Where are you on your new projects or your new beginnings? I love just listening to like, what is the moon showing me? I kind of, like I said, I go into that energy of awareness. What is the moon showing me? And then it's like, okay, thank you. I'm going to go with it. What is the moon bringing up from under the surface regarding wounding or your body? This one is important, and I'm going to tell you why. I have to go to this particular chart here because it shows Chiron. It's been a lot going on with Chiron this week. I did my weekly video. What's today? Wednesday. I must have done it. I don't know when I did that video. Anywho, it was either Monday or Tuesday, and like when I did a big hyper focus on Chiron because it's so activated right now. Chiron is the wounded healer. And oh my gosh, yesterday I heard a Lauryn Hill song come up in my mind. And I was like, why am I thinking about this song? So sometimes I go look at the date, of the song release or the album release, and then I pull up my transits, my astrological transits to see what was happening to me on that day. And I just broke down and cried because I was like, oh my God. It was August 19th, 1998, when Miss Education of Lauryn Hill was released. And that was a little over a year past my mom's, she becoming an ancestor. And it just I just went back to that moment of how hard it was when I was looking at my transits. I was like, no wonder it was so hard on me at that time. Oh my God. It was so hard. But I just thought, well, maybe this is here. Because I'm thinking, why am I doing this? What in the world is going on? And I said, oh, Chiron, Chiron, Chiron. You know, it's like we just need to just be open to this healing balm. Okay, this healing balm. And it could be the body just or just wounding in general. Okay. So that topic is very prominent right now. So when it comes up, or if it, I should say, if it comes up for you, what you want to do is we don't want to put our head into the sand. We want to look at it, because when the subconscious mind allows something like that to come into your awareness, it's saying to you this: you are ready to deal with this. You're ready to feel it, to heal it. All right, queens. So I'm just letting you know these are things that could be coming. And also, where do you need to be courageous? Where do you need to have courage? I want y'all to really sit with that in your body. Where do you need to be courageous? Allow this full moon to help you. See, another thing that I want y'all to understand about the full moon is you can use this energy to really imbue yourself with the qualities of that sign. So for Aries, it's a very courageous, I'm going to take action, I'm moving forward, and it's a warrior energy. And so it's a fighter energy. And it when I think about the energy of Herakahuti out of the Metu Neter, I think about Herakahuti. It's like will go forward and not even fear death. That's how fierce this energy is. And sometimes we need to have that kind of energy. It's just kind of like, no matter what, I'm going to get it done. And I know we live in a hyper masculine society, but at the end of the day, this is the full moon of Aries. We're going to give due respect to Aries. So I want you to sit with that. Where do you need to be courageous in your life? Where do you need to do that? Okay, so let me go. I didn't make a whole bunch of notes on the slide. So I want to just kind of bring the moon up, and I want to give y'all some thoughts about this moon. You know what? This is what I want to do first. Let me see. Ooh, okay. I want to just tell y'all really quickly where this moon is happening for you in through the signs. And then I want you to start thinking about this area of life as I share the rest of this, okay? I'm observing rejection wounds for me. I'm honoring my frustration and not letting it suck me back down. Good for you. Into a lower vibration. There's growth in this area, so I'm grateful. I'm happy for you, Mystic. You're just growing up on me. I'm proud of you. So proud of you. Okay, I'm proud of all of y'all. Wow. The growth is amazing. It's so good to see. Okay, so um if you are an Aries, this is happening in your first house. And so this is all about your body, your health, your well-being, but it's also about your overall your life, okay? This is focusing on your life. It's just a big illumination of something that you want to be thinking about regarding maybe a new start, or it's something that you've already started, but it's illuminating something about that. Okay. You're welcome, Queen. I knew there was something I wanted to do. Hold one second. Let me do this because it's so much easier when I'm creating chapters. Okay, so Aries, what you want to do is you want to focus on it's in the first house for you, and you want to focus on your body and just overall looking at your life. Now, I can tell you something else. Some of you Aries might want to be cautious, especially if you have a birthday. Well, if you know your chart, and you have planets, especially your sun, your moon, or ascendant, close to the 24th degree of Aries. So this is really kind of close to the end, I would say, in the last 8 days of Aries season, just be cautious with your health. I'm just being 100. I don't want to be speaking bad things into people's lives, but I do find when you have that full moon birthday, or when a full moon is near one of your planets, especially um, your sun, your moon, or your ascendant point, be cautious of your health for the next 6 months. Okay. So next is Taurus. Taurus, this is happening in your 12th house. And so for the 12th house, this is what you want to be thinking about. Oh, let me get to the 12th house. This could be for all the earth signs a very emotional um moon. The most emotional people may be the earth signs, which I'm a Taurus moon, and I tell y'all, I have been emotional already this week. Um but yeah, it's really working to bring some healing. This is a very healing moon. So Tauruses may find that they are receiving a lot of healing, but it's more of like this inner world, that blind spot. It could feel very creative, or you could feel very spiritual with this moon. But use this moon, Taurus, to heal. Now, the other thing I want you to focus on, Taurus, is making sure that you focus on your sleep. And also, you want to make sure that you don't overspend. I know that might sound crazy, but you might want to make sure you don't overspend. So, next for the next sign is Gemini. This is happening, Gemini, in your 11th house. So you could be one of the signs that receive some good fortune at this time, or you're making some progress. You're being gainful in some way, and it could be you are seeing you have manifested some goals, or maybe you see some new goals that you want to start focusing on. And also, this highlights friend groups or collectives, perhaps, that you want to be a part of. I'm gonna fly through them, y'all, because I gotta, old folks, they are on time. Okay, Cancer, for you, this is happening in your 10th house. Now, you're one of the signs where it could, let me show you what I'm talking about. Um, Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn may feel challenged by this moon. So you want to use it to level up. And it's some revelation about your career, or what you want to be known for. Some Cancerians may even be like, yeah, I'm no longer married. So that could be something else. Or some may be saying, hey, I'm now married, for women in particular. Mm. So this is a very pivotal moon for you, Cancer. I can see something major unfolding for you in this area. And I just want you to know that actually, for everybody, this moon is a little bit of a precursor for the upcoming. No, 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 no. No, it's not. Nick that. Anywho, it could definitely be something significant, because we have had the eclipse there in Aries in your house that has to do with new beginnings around career. So, or like I said, the other topics that I brought up. So, it could also bring up topics around parents or something with the family also, but especially parents. Okay, so Leo is next. Let me just make sure I'm moving. Everything is moving. Okay, so ninth house, you, Leo, are one of the signs that may feel like some good fortune comes to you, because the ninth house has to do with good fortune. And this full moon is also about having like a new perspective. Maybe you have some new goals or a new vision, Leo. So this full moon can really illuminate that for you. Maybe you've been working on publishing a book and your book gets published, or you get a publisher, or you're working on publicity. You could get some publicity right now. Hope that it's positive, Leo. But it also is about learning something. So maybe you're finishing some major um, educational process that you've been through, or maybe you're finding out that you're going to start working on this major. It's like you'll become an expert, because the ninth house has to do with being an expert. So it's going to illuminate something around that for you. It's also a house that has to do with spirituality and teaching and growth and new vision, new goals, those kinds of things. It's the Leos might feel really good with this moon. I'm gonna say it that way. The Leos might feel really good with this moon. Okay, so next is Virgo. So for Virgo, again, you're an earth sign. So this is one of the signs that could feel very emotional with this moon. Your wounding truly could be coming up where you're just like, wow, I need to, focus on taking care of this. And let me see here. Where is that Mars right now? Mars is in Cancer. Maybe it's something around goals or friends. And I don't know. There's some revelation or healing. Maybe you're getting a healing in order to achieve some goals or something like that, but it needs to be deep. There's also this message of self-care is so important for you right now, Virgo. And this is a house that has to do with intimacy. So it could be bringing up topics around intimacy with other people, trust of other people, this deep, deep connection, topics around that, as well as money topics. It could be your partner or somebody you have shared resources with, a business partner or spouse, or sometimes I even think, this could maybe have to do with co-parents, right? Um, Paying off debt, getting a grant, getting a scholarship, a loan, something around unearned income. All right. Let's see here. Self-care. I think that's everything. I guess I could look and see. But this also could make some of the Virgos feel like they just want to get snuggled up with somebody with their little boo thing. All right. Okay. Next is Libra. So, Libra, you're one of those signs that this is bringing some major revelations to you. Now, this is all in the house that has to do with relationships. So, some of you something will be highlighted. There will be a revelation, a culmination, a manifestation around relationships. Now, a lot of the Libras potentially could be in new relationships, partnerships, that kind of thing. So, yeah, it could be bringing up topics around legal affairs, contracts, and agreements. Um, so, look for those, Libra, as well as balance. Some of the Libras might be like, oh, I'm a little bit out of balance. It's about refining something. So, maybe you created something and then now it needs to be refined, all sorts of things, but it's definitely this house that has to do with you and other people, and something culminating, something being highlighted around that for you, Libra. I'll look at y'all's comments in a minute, so keep making them. I can't see them and remember to change the signs, so sorry. Okay, Scorpio. This is in your sixth house. This has something to do with health and well-being, day-to-day routines. Um, yeah, definitely topics around health and wellness. So, what's it bringing up for you in that area, Scorpio? And then the other thing that you want to think about, it has something to do with work or workplace topics, revealing something to you around that. And a lot of it is systems and just how things are operating. To-do lists. It could be bringing up something around to-do lists for you, Scorpio. So this is a house where it's all about productivity and health and wellness. It's like the optimum of health and well-being. So what is the full moon bringing to you in that area, Scorpio? Okay, next is the fifth house. So the fifth house is for Sagittarius. Again, the fifth house is one of these houses where it's like good luck abounds. So I'm happy for you, Sag. What is the new moon bringing to you? The full moon in Aries bringing to you in terms of good fortune? Really, it's like good luck, right? You could just find something lucky happens to you during this time. It's a house that has to do with fun and entertainment. So, like, this is a great full moon for you. The fire signs, I think, will love this, even though Aries it might be a little bit much for Aries, but Leo and Sag might be feeling like this is the best moon ever. So yeah, it's about having fun and shining. So some of the Sagittarius might really be standing out and shining right now. So what's being illuminated about you? This is a house about your unique genius, your gifts, your talents. And if you're being put on center stage and honored, make sure you receive that. Most Sagittarius don't mind doing it, but we do have our Sagittarius that are a little bit more introverted. So make sure you allow yourself to be highlighted and illuminated during this time, Sag. It also is romantic. So some of the Sagittarius might be feeling romantic and sexy, and you want to get your swerve on and all that kind of good stuff. So have fun. Now, we're talking about healing some stuff up. So maybe for some of the Sagittarius, it's something from your childhood that needs to be healed up with this full moon. So yay for you, Sag. I love this moon for you, Sagittarius. Hey, Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, earth sign, could feel a little bit painful. Fourth house. Fourth house is the emotions. It has to do with the family. So, it's kind of like some of the Capricorns might be healing around that. But by the same token, it could be a time where your family is getting together and y'all are having a great time. I hope it's for a good reason, but you're getting together and you're having a great time. And it feels healing, or just being with family or people who feel like family. But there's definitely some wounding that could be healed up in your, from your childhood, your family lineage, something like that. And this full moon can help you to do that, Capricorn. Let's see here. What else do I want to tell you about this house? It could be some emotional healing. The other thing is, so like some of the Capricorns might be moving into a new house or selling their house or a home, or something around home, place of living could be coming up for you. Any Capricorns out there that sell real estate, this might be a full moon that is very profitable, or it helps you to figure out how to be more profitable. And it's about family. So it could be highlighting something around you in some action that you want to take around, just maybe even it's just the family that lives right there with you. Pivotal house. The fourth house is the foundation of your life. So you want to be looking at, is the full moon asking you, Capricorn, to change something about the foundation of your life? Or maybe your foundation got cracked and you started rebuilding it. And this full moon is highlighting, hey, good job. Okay. So yeah, Capricorn, happy for you. Okay. So third house is Aquarius, right? Yes. So for you, Aquarius, what this is bringing up is a lot of things. I call the third house the house of doing the most. So it can make the Aquarius mind click today. Click, click, click. It could really be, bringing that up for you. And it could be around mindset or mental health, all things mind, all things communication. Maybe there's a conversation that needs to be had, and the full moon brings that conversation up, or something comes to light in the conversation. It's all things communication, written, spoken, verbal, nonverbal, social media. So anything that has to do with communication, written. Maybe you've written a book and you're getting the book out there. It has to do with teaching and learning. And so, maybe you took a workshop, you put on a workshop, you've learned some new skills, or you're teaching new skills. You can use this full moon if you have some skills and you're like, I just want to use these in some kind of way. This full moon can help you to figure out how to do that. But it's definitely learning. You could really, maybe it's like this renewal in you learning, maybe you've kind of gotten away from that. If you have a business, Aquarius, this helps you with social media, marketing, and your business overall, because this is definitely a house that is so important to business. It's a managing type of sign. Or a house. It's about networking also. So those are things that you could be thinking about with business. This one also has to do with day-to-day routines. It's kind of like your comings and goings in your city. And so, maybe you're going to find some new places you want to hang out in your city. Go to a festival in your city, something around about the neighborhood, the local area. And that also could include things around transportation, how you're coming and going, something about, your mode of transportation. And it's also a house that has to do with relationships. Now, this is more of like siblings, friends, coworkers, neighbors, it's peer groups. So it could be highlighting that in some kind of way for you. But yeah, you might need to take some deep breaths and make sure your nervous system is in check with this full moon, because you can feel super overactive in the mind, Aquarius. Okay. Which I know is not hard for you because Aquariuses live in the mind, right? Okay, last but certainly not least is Pisces. So, Pisces, the second house, has to do with personal finance. This has to do with earned income. So, this full moon could be bringing up something to you around finances. Okay. Maybe you've been working on something, maybe getting your finances together or new streams of income or something with the money that you make. And this full moon is going to reveal something to you about the work you've been doing in that area. It also has to do with self-worth, self-value. This is definitely a moon where you can get some healing around that, Pisces. So definitely open yourself up to that. It has to do with self-care. And Pisces, you sometimes really struggle. I want to just say sometimes when I talk about Pisces, it may not be every Pisces, or when I talk about a sign, it may not be every sign. I feel like I offended somebody when I said it was like a blanket statement I sort of kind of made about Sagittariuses, but I was really kind of thinking about the Sagittariuses that I know, but not all Sagittariuses are alike, right? So I'm talking about the pure energy. And I don't want y'all to think that I am belittling any sign, because I love every sign. I love every sign. But I do know, me being a Pisces, we can be super negligent of ourselves, right? So this is a moon that might be highlighting, hey, you've been a little bit too negligent. You need to focus on your self-care. That is a topic that has come up for me actually too. It's also about your personal possessions. So some of the Pisces, we be living out there in the stratospheres, right? Or we're just kind of like floating. And so this moon could just like make us look at all our possessions like, why do I have all this stuff? Or why is it not organized or something like that, right? So or maybe you want to put it in storage, or you get notice that you need to get your stuff out of storage or something like that. But it's personal possessions. It has to do with storage. It also has to do with what you eat. So topics like that could be coming up for a lot of Pisces also. Also, this second house used to have to do with history and family. So, maybe you're going to be, I love the second house, referring to the second house around libraries. So it could be something about like this collection of information, history, something like that, that gets revealed to you, or you get into Pisces or something like that. Okay, so now you know the area of life that this is hitting up for you. And I want you to listen for your sun, your moon, and your ascendant. Okay. Oh, Ashley is here. Oh my gosh. Hi, Ashley. Welcome, Queen. Wow. New path coming for you. Okay, life is sure going. We thank God, Goddess, for a new day. Ashe. Oh, okay, progress moon. Okay. So I would be curious to know, Ashley, where the moon moved from what to what? Okay, so notes. I want to give y'all some notes that I took around this moon. Let me give y'all some notes. Okay. So, first and foremost, I want you to think about the area of life, and then I'm going to talk about this moon, what this full moon has to do with. So, definitely, this moon is about taking some sort of action. You need to take some sort of action, and it could be highlighting a new beginning. But I really do think this is not one that you don't know about. You saw it coming, even though maybe you're going to see more of the details. And this is a moon to really highlight topics around the physical body, which I didn't touch on what part of the body has to do with each house, but all of us know something about the body could be coming up that we need to focus on. Now, it could be the hips or thighs. There is something in this moon that has to do with Sagittarius. And so it could have something to do with the hips and the thighs. We know that the hips hold emotion. So maybe we want to do some hip loosening type things as a part of our rituals. I also think that this moon can bring a lot of inspiration, and it can help to reveal something about the big picture. And to a certain degree, I think that this moon is asking you to look at something that needs to be healed up that is preventing you from taking the action on the new thing. So, what needs to be healed up that would allow you to take action on that new thing? So open yourself up to seeing a big picture, feeling inspired. And as you see that big picture with this full moon, it might allow you to reframe some things. Okay. Now, another thing, because there's Capricorn in this moon too, and I'm just using some astrology techniques. There's Capricorn in this moon. And so there's a plan. Maybe you forgot the plan and it's going to bring it back, or there's a new plan that is given to you during this full moon. It's also asking you to look at boundaries. Do you need to have boundaries in some way? Maybe you need to put boundaries around yourself. And, sometimes boundaries is just, it's like a method of operation. How are you going to operate? And then you stick to it, right? So that's important. In this moon, I honestly believe there's something around karma that could be coming up for people. Karma is neither actually really bad or good, but sometimes it feels good and sometimes it feels bad. But when we experience that karma, you can tell, when it's karma, right? So it could be highlighting something karmic also. So let's see here. Healing moon. Okay, yeah, I said that. So this moon also has the energy interacting with the planet Jupiter. So again, it's like this growth and this expansion. Might be something around mindset. I've put out some blogs that are about having a growth mindset. So sometimes we are more negative than we realize. And Jupiter always kind of helps us to see, oh, maybe I could, be more open and expansive. But sometimes it's about maybe you need to learn something new. You need to listen to a master teacher or, a wise person. And it helps to open your mind, right? Some of us might need to be stepping more into being that wise person and sharing this wisdom. Uh, so yeah, whatever that wisdom is, it's something that you're returning to, because Jupiter is retrograde, which means it's moving backwards. And so you're returning, there's like some wisdom that came your way, maybe you forgot about it, but if you once you realize it with this full moon and use it, it is going to help you greatly. So the other thing is that the planet that rules the moon, which is Mars, is squaring the moon. So it's like double Aries Mars type energy. I'm like, wow. So I believe that this moon is really it's going to create a lot of action. It's going to really push us and propel us. And but some of it is steeped in self-care. Some of it is steeped in maybe even leaning on family tradition or something about the family legacy. Maybe there's some healing that needs to be done, with the ancestors, or there's like this legacy, this lineage that you're continuing for your family. And but you're going to really be pushed. This is not comfortable. This is part of what makes this moon not a comfortable moon. This could feel very, very uncomfortable. So I want you to think about those areas that I mentioned. So for instance, let's see here, we were talking about Taurus could really be pushed to take care of those personal finances, like get serious and really take that time to focus and care about excuse me, that was Pisces. I don't know if that's what I just said, but it's Pisces. It's focused on this money. And you really are like, oh my God, I've got to get serious about this, right? So just think about what area of life I pointed out for you and where is that applicable in that. But again, there's this energy because we have Venus over here on the 29th degree of Scorpio. And the reason I say it that way is the 29th degree is the degree of crisis. So you want to be thinking about something. And then, sorry, Pluto on the 29th degree of Capricorn. But even though we have these two planets on these degrees that are crisis points, some of it is something that's always been there, but it's like this full moon will give us an opportunity to take care of it. You'll kind of feel like empowered to do that. So where do you feel empowered to take care of this area of crisis? It's like radical change and transformation might be something that needs to happen. Something around your values. Maybe it's like you haven't been valuing yourself, and now it's like, oh, I have no choice but to stand up and value myself, stand in my power, and not deal with this BS anymore. Um, Now, these two also have to do with money. So it could be there's something about money coming through for people. But again, it's this change, this transformation, and it's kind of like maybe you're on the verge of getting the money. It's not quite there yet, but you're so close. And this full moon is going to kind of help you to see what's the last little bit of stuff that you need to do to, take care of this money, pay off this debt, get the money, that kind of thing. So, yeah, interesting because it's crisis points, but it's supportive energy. And even Pluto is supported by Uranus and is supported by Pluto. So, we have the outer planets, which really focus on the inner self. The outer planets focus on the inner you. They're more on the psyche. Okay. So a lot of this is like this deep change and transformation, but it's more of like I want you to think about a boiling pot when you're supposed to slow cook something. You don't want to boil it too quickly. And then you just kind of see it, and it smells so good, whatever's in that pot. It smells so good, but it's not boiling like all fast, right? It's more of like a slow boil. And you can just tell the flavor is going to be amazing. The scent is amazing, but it's all about this slow boil. Can't boil it fast. Have to boil it slowly. And that's the kind of change and transformation that is happening right now on the inside of us because of these outer planets that are transforming. And maybe that's what's happening in society also because those are planets that have to do with society. So you want to be looking to see where is that, I believe in surrendering. When I'm dealing with this energy of spirit and energy and um, my inner world, sometimes the action to do is to surrender. And from that surrendering, there'll be just like this natural understanding of the next step to take. Aries is a fun sign, so I hope that you can have some fun. Earth signs, I hope that y'all can have fun. You're welcome, Ashley. So yeah, that's what I want to say about the full moon. And so let's see here. What did I get for an oracle reading? So tell me, did you take anything from that? What did you get? Do I have one here? Un momento. No, I have. Okay. This helps me to create chapters. Chapters are wonderful on YouTube videos, especially longer ones. I love this. I love this. I love this. I pulled the abundance card. Woo, woo. May you all be abundant. But look at how she's been abundant. It's through caring. It's through nurturance. Okay. So this full moon is one where I think everyone will experience some level of abundance. And let's see, what else does she have to say? Okay. This sweet image illustrates ease and joy in nurturing the earth's creation. Through self respect and the respect of life, it is easy to revere and care for all of life's creatures. Continue to let your heart be filled with love for yourself and others, nurturing your budding creations into beautiful, right manifestations into the world. So, yeah, that's a message that I think is important for this full moon. And then I pulled the cleansing card. Let me pull that up for y'all. I thought this was interesting. You know that Venus in Scorpio, and then we also have Mercury in Scorpio cleansing, right? Definitely a moon where you could feel like there's a cleansing that's happening. But look how beautiful this cleansing is. Actually, this is a card that is connected to Scorpio. It says frogs are the goddess symbol of fertility, bringing regeneration and healing. In order to heal, sorrow, grief, and guilt must be released through the cleansing waters of love and purification. So, where do you need to release sorrow, grief, and guilt? Okay. Frog calls forth the powerful rains that wash us free of emotional pain, letting tears come to release the flow of sorrow. These emotional storms bring the lightning bolts which shatter the human illusions held dear, so that what is true may emerge in its own time. So get ready. What is true is going to emerge. The frog mandala reminds you to stay at your center during times of emotional shift and release, during times of emotional shift and release through loss and disappointment. Through this cleansing of your heart, you will be whole once more. So I do believe that in addition to abundance and this, you'll feel like you want to nurture your manifestations. This is a full moon that can allow us to cleanse, heal, release some stuff. I love the last one that I pulled. I pulled the Isis card. This is the High Priestess card. So I really do believe we're going to get some revelations. We'll be in touch with our intuition. Isis shows you how to live and navigate your life through the honoring of your inner guidance and intuitive knowing. Her magnificent presence radiates her shining wisdom that is present to experience. Your intuition is accessed through the depth of your being and knowing. It's accessed through introspective and receptive states and through meditation and dream time. So I really want y'all to open yourself up during this full moon to these deep intuitive, knowings and downloads. Okay. Isis urges you to take no counsel outside of your own, to go deep into your inner landscape where the guidance you seek is found. No time like the full moon to, find the guidance that you are seeking. Oh my gosh, I did it, fam. I got done quickly enough. I'm going to head out and go and hang out with my neighbor really quickly. I do want to, we already did what does that mean for you? Want to remind you that you can get my new and updated Spiritual Foundations course, Teachings for the Modern Day Spiritual Aspirant. Details are in the description box. Won't cost you a thing. The bundle opens up next week. And yeah, you'll love everything that's there. You can download whatever you want. You don't have to get everything, just whatever tickles your fancy. So I'm going to go vote with my neighbor. Thank you all so much for being here. And hold on. Ashley said, sixth house of Gemini. Oh, conjunction north. No. Oh, wow. Get ready, Ashley. I can see why you are really, you got a lot going on. Keep us posted on all the change that lies ahead. All right. Thank you all so much. Love y'all. And yeah, happy full moon in Aries. I'm going to turn on a little music to take us out of here. Happy full moon.